And if you know any fun gals that would go. You don't sound like it.
I'm not a fun guy, man. That's how you avoid ever becoming a fun guy. Chilling in the pumps around. Very simple. That's still one of my favorites. The lighter.
Oh yeah, that was
The
a great
open and
one.
close lighter. Like,
Probably use more flames.
yeah, actually, I think there's a spot on the show that doesn't have a flame on it. So let's just print flames all over it.
And if there's an open spot, it's probably not a stone fight.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Australian Ultimate Div 2 Championships in beautiful sunny Wollongong. Temperature is 22 degrees, but the ultimate action is heating up as we enter our second game of the day. It is Sublime from Western Australia against Phat from Melbourne, Victoria. Now, these two teams have storied history, Chile versus Sublime. They're both been Ultimate clubs for about as long as I've been playing Ultimate, which is a decade, so probably even longer than that now. They are both excited to be representing a Div 2. Phat, of course, they are the masters experience of Chile. They probably most of them have been playing longer than I've been doing it, and some of them probably been playing longer than most of the Sublime players have been alive. But it's a classic tale of experience versus youth, and we'll see which one triumphs in the end today. Now, of course, I talk a lot about youth, and the person picking up the disc is none other than John J.D. Damiani, one of the most experienced players in Australian Ultimate today, who moves it across to Mike Tan. Tan back to Damiani. And they're bouncing it off again. Oh, there's a little bit of a professional foul there from 44 on Chile. Damiani finds a crossfield pass, expertly reeled in. There's a little bit of chat, but looks like everybody's happy, and that will be first blood for Sublime. For Ryan Black there, reeling in the catch, number 0.
Offense, come on, offense, come on.
And see the replay there. Nice little crossfield pass. Yes, some calls from Chile for us to send it back to the booth on that one. Of course, not all scoring plays reviewed in Ultimate Frisbee. That's unfortunate. Haven't adopted that one yet.
It couldn't be anyone else but Simon
Yeah.
for a call like that.
Norman desperate to be in the commentary booth, not on the field today. His talents being misused, unfortunately, in Ultimate Frisbee when he could be behind the mic. But sure, he'll be chipping in with some helpful advice for some young commentary, trainees, some interns, just trying to make it in the commentary business.
Can't understand why John would be throwing that disc, being one of the best disc golfers in the country. His only problem is he's got to make sure he doesn't throw it too long.
And Flanagan there with the pull. JD, of course, not the tallest man in Australian Ultimate. Centered back there. Baker with the disc. A little bit of traffic here. Freeman with the disc on the sideline. Freeman hits an inside. Oh, and it's a break pass. Oh, a little bit of contact on the catch, but
He was
Flanagan
in the goal zone, so that's all that matters.
Exactly, and Flanagan, of course, will have no problem with that level of contact. And it's now 1-1.
Damiani, you let Wheelie have that one, man. That's the horse falling down catch. Over 45, horse falling down catch.
Of course, Fat Chili being the Masters team.
Average age, 72.
Yeah, looking across the board here, that's a nice little break pass. Yeah, it doesn't actually even take a hit, just imagines that there might be a hit and decides he'll prefer to be horizontal on that one rather than vertical.
Simon Norman, of course, has a lot of imagination, giving us plenty of tips from the sideline.
Yes, absolutely. So if you do hear large pauses and then a soft Australian voice in the vein of H.G. Nelson or rampaging Roy Slavin, then you'll know who it is. It's Simon Norman. So Sublime taking on from their younger counterparts and not pictured at the moment, but going with the old kneeling approach for finding out the line call. It's very popular, probably started in Western Australia and just probably hasn't gotten across to the East Coast yet, would be my guess.
Yes, so would I be saying the right thing if I was talking about the Westerners?
Yeah.
That only our Western Australian listeners would actually understand what we're talking about there?
Quite possibly, quite possibly.
My first trip over to Perth, I didn't understand what they were talking about an Easterner was, but anyone outside of Perth, out of WA, is an Easterner.
Number 99, Locke here on the sideline. Hits back to Tan. Or a little bit of a miscommunication. And got a completely unmarked black on the sideline. Hits back to Tan. Tan shows the flick grip. Oh, and just sails it above the head of Damiani. Damiani, an excellent thrower, but unfortunately only 5 foot, single digits.
And when the players are used to throwing to someone about 5'11", makes a big difference.
And Lockett's couple of goes at it.
Those scraps are always good.
Oh, Damiani with a deep shot. Just kind of gets over Tan's head. Can't really read it. And Chile will get another opportunity.
You can always trust John to actually throw it so as it's in the right position, but they've still got to be able to read that disc.
Exactly. Brown, in flagrant disregard for the AFDA uniforms policy, picks it up with exposed arms. Oh, and what an amazing D by Black. He's been everywhere in these first couple of points. That's a Damiani back corner special. A lot of standing around, which probably indicates that there was a pick.
Or it was out the back.
No, they've gone with the pick, I think. And the call from Chile on the sideline is, you just got to run harder, which is good advice at all times.
Or does that just mean they can't actually throw it to the player?
I mean, bit of column A, bit of column B maybe at this early stage. Damiani with the full circle pivot. Oh, and Black, once again, he's responsible for 2 goals there. Damiani to Black is the favoured combination at the moment. And that's 2-1.
Nice curving throw there into the catcher.
Very excellent.
And that's 12 minutes for 3 points. Much slower game.
Yep, yeah, I mean, some of the slightly slower players on the field, so maybe slightly slower points.
And the second game for both teams, I'm assuming.
Yes. I mean, I think, the other factor here is I think we'll definitely see a bit of a flagrant disregard for time limits and advisors. These are all newfangled concepts, which I'm sure the more experienced players...
You mean for WA players?
No, I think age and geography may both play a factor in this particular matchup.
Not on the second game of the day. Surely maybe on the 4th or 5th.
Time will tell.
Mind you, this is probably a match that they would have preferred to play about the 4th game when they were all running much slower.
I mean, you may be right about that. Although, of course, by the same token, I'm sure the grumpiness... This is the peak game for being of a good mental state to not get grumpy. So let's see how that plays. There's a junky defense thrown, but actually it ends up as man. Oh, wow. Nice little D there for number 87, who instantly soots it. Ooh. And Atwell just puts a bit too much zing on that one. But Atwell kind of just says, you know what? I reckon I can do it again. I'd back myself in for a second go.
An extra second could have made a lot of difference there.
That is true. And Baker subs himself out of that isolated position and instead puts number 9, that's Whelans.
Got the dump inside the end zone.
And they find the isolated player, but not with a little layout to just make sure of it. Tan and Christopherson are the 2 upfield. Atwell again, but cleverly thrown to the defender's back.
We saw the little foot block trying attempt in there.
Yeah, Tan not afraid of that either. Christopherson floats it a bit.
Oh.
There's a bit of contact.
Can hear the thump from here.
Yes, and it's an uncontested foul there. Just a little bit of a clumsy play. Cheeky grin from the defender there. Number 17, Campbell, finds Freeman. Freeman on the sideline. Confident pass back to the middle of the field. Not a lot happening here.
Oh, straight through the middle.
And once again,
And
Atwell reads well. Really needs to, be calm with the disc. A little bit of contact. Podmore. Podmore grabs it. We'll have it on the sideline. There's a little bit of a discussion about where they should start. But civilly discuss.
And down the sideline.
Shapley Soot. Wow.
Nice scraps.
Grabbed one hand as though it's nothing by Sam, who then just soots it into the end zone. That was just an outrageous pickup from the floor.
And that breeze making it hang in the air.
Exactly. Wow, so Sublime, that puts them up 3-1. First blood on the break. No one has anything to say. Just fill it with fun space.
And there we have the replay. And that was 2 tips to get it for the catch.
Outrageous. Just that grab off the ground, just as though it was nothing. Just as though it was nothing. WA displaying the classic Western Australian kneel here. You see a lot of different attitudes. A few people like the squat. A few people prefer just the one knee on the ground. There's a few ones that look like they could be maybe trying to stretch their hip flexor at the same time.
So would we see this if we were in a local game in Perth?
Maybe we would. Maybe this is standard at league. May have to get a little bit of intelligence from their coach, Jason Carr, at halftime. And John Damiani with a solid pull. Oh, wow. And it's going right to the back of the end zone.
Typical John, throwing it over the sideline and getting it back in the middle of the field.
And although Chile's moving it out, and that is the huck.
And it's well eaten by the defence.
Yeah, just died a little bit in the wind. Oh, the give go.
And it's up.
They've gone for the height match out.
Oh, that was well read.
Yeah, very, very well read by number 39. That's that's Jack Nathan. Never trust a man with two names unless you're talking about bringing it down in the end zone.
And timeout called there by Phat Chili.
Now this will be good. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of this halftime. Based on my experience with Phat Chili in the past, probably a lot of yelling, just pure anger, frustration, fire. Or who knows? Maybe they're mellowing out in their old age.
I'll believe that when I see it. What's this? The Sublime, actually a few of them going for a bit of a jog.
Yeah,
just grabbing the water bottle. Thought there was a bit too much energy being shown there.
Yeah. Just watch that replay there. Just well read. And Jack Nathan, happy to grab it there. Interesting little over-the-shoulder pull. And thank you to our hosts in Wollongong. They really put on the weather for us. As you were saying earlier, Terry, it looked like it might not end up as well as it has, but it's come together in our favour.
And one of our sponsors, Destination Wollongong, being shown on the sign there.
Yeah, North Wollongong, in terms of tourist options, right around here, right next to the beach, you can go skydiving. There's at least 3 identically looking, pretty excellent cafes. There's a lighthouse, as displayed on the Wollongong, the logo. Yep. Oh, we need to talk about that logo, but maybe we'll save that one for later. Got some font problems. But
you're involved with it, were
No, I should have been involved. The Peanut Gallery is not pleased. I'll tell you that much.
Well, if you don't volunteer up front, well, that is a problem, isn't it?
You're right. You're right. You have to live with what you let go past.
And every job or every game has its own set of skills people have to learn.
That's it. I think that's the problem. This is why I'm in the commentary booth. Of course, my skill is criticism, not action.
I thought you were very positive in the first game.
Oh, thank you.
Tell you what, I am very much enjoying being on the sideline in the shade, watching the game instead of playing.
Yeah, it's still a beautiful, probably, 21, 22 degrees. A little bit of a breeze coming from this near sideline to the far sideline, almost directly cross field at the moment.
It is starting to gust a little bit to make conditions interesting.
Flanagan with it in the middle of the field, sees a few undercuts, but eventually finds Chile player who goes up the field. Christopherson,
nice catch.
Well read, centers it, and then that should be just your bread and butter backhand for a goal.
So that break did a good job for Chile.
And often a pretty classic Flanagan move there. He holds the disc for longer than you think is advised, but it actually turns out to be the right option at the right time. So he's not unwilling to wait the full 10 seconds to get what he wants.
So at least this time Max has no trouble about using the Sublime word in the second game.
Yes, no, the S word is fully in usage at for this one. Yes, Sublime is WA's longer running club, and Chile also probably been around almost 2 decades now, do you think? Long time.
Yeah.
Not quite. Established 2000 according to the back of the jerseys. Very helpful for commentators.
17 years of Chile. There's 4 Chile teams this year.
4.
Chile being the 4th, bringing up the rear. That's what you do.
Yeah,
Not nearly as long as their hat tournament, though.
not quite as long as the hat, but what is? Damiani with the disc in the middle of the field. Oh, hits a nice little cross-field pass. A lot of grit.
Oh, just outside.
Yeah, right in the corner here. Chile are going to apply a bit of pressure. See how Nathan deals with it. Gets it off.
Back to John.
Damiani finds a nice little pass. And that is easy as you like. Squeezed into the corner to lock. And that puts the score at 5-2.
We just very quickly saw the AFDA logo flying through there on the screen. We will have to inquire about this kneeling. It's just not something I'm used to seeing.
I'll tell you, Terry, it has been a bit more of a feature of certain clubs, but I have to say the evidence from this weekend alone seems that not necessarily that it originated in WA, but maybe WA are now the prime purveyors of the pre-point kneel.
I am used to seeing the circle, but at least it easily identifies who's actually playing on the field and who isn't.
Yeah, that's true. But it's hard if you're, I mean, Damiani's probably not much taller than Mike Tan while he's kneeling, so maybe difficult for the opposition team.
Mind you, John can probably outjump most players. I've seen him beat a player who's the tallest person on the field.
Oh, yeah, I'm only saying it because I'm in the booth, trust me. All right, so Sublime coming down with a junkie set. And they found their players now. Atwell's got a one-on-one upfield. Disc has moved to 17. Campbell gets it off. Norman with the disc. Nicely put to Freeman. Freeman with the flick to Normand. Norman to Normand. Oh, the crossfield pass. Oh, and it's tipped up. And it's enough. There is a foul called on the throw.
And Norman and Damiani being a very old combination of opposition. Been many games where they've been marking each other.
Usually disc golf tournaments where they've been on in the same group.
No breaks, Sublime, no breaks. Let's keep him on this sideline.
It's a nice D there from Robertson. Let's see if he can do it again. Up. And the Baker has it on the sideline. Wants to finish it, only looking upfield. Oh, and they're just a little bit of a discussion about whether he brought up some chalk there. They're calling it in.
Good spirit there.
Has he found the back corner? No, he is not.
That was a rush.
Yeah, tough for Chile there. Now, of course, you got the Sublime D-line here on the field, ably anchored by Damiani. Question is, can he throw his boys into the end zone?
I'd
Tell
be
you.
keeping an eye long with John with the disc.
Yeah, Brown correctly calling thrower. Disc goes across to Black, a favoured combination. Damiani really hoping that somebody else is going to be able to fill for him.
And just catching up with the defence. There was one player free there.
It's nice there, Robertson. Oh, hits Damiani, puts it right in his bread box, which of course is about a bread box size landing on the ground.
Typical layup from John.
Nice little high flick. Oh, just a bit of a misread. That crossfield breeze again that's going away from this close sideline is just playing a little bit of havoc with the throws.
But I must admit, I would expect these WA players used to reading that disc from John.
Yeah, especially the Fremantle Doctors they should be used to a little bit of a gust every now and then. But Sublime don't capitalise on that opportunity, and Phat Chili put it in.
Catching up, 3-5. And John Damiani, of course, gathering his legendary status when, as a young player, was the first one to making a diving catch the disc in the air and throwing it back into the end zone for a goal.
For the greatest. Wow. Who's a
After
hero?
that, older players actually knew it could be done.
Can you believe it? Is it 5-3 or 6-3 now?
I
5-3.
have it as 5-3.
5-3.
Well done, Willie! Well done, Willie!
But of course, in all the excitement, I could easily have missed one. But the scoreboard does tally with that.
Yep, I like it. And yeah, Sublime as they are on their even side. So
Have they always done the clap on the end there? Sublime?
maybe we've been missing the clap.
No, I think that might have been the first one.
There you go. And you know they're serious now. They're clapping.
Just helps to keep the focus.
Great, nice little pull from Gross there. Fielded in the middle, over to Tarn. Oh, and just outside of a stretching Tarn.
Phat! Phat, value it, Phat!
And almost getting the D there with running past the disc.
Humphreys grabs it, moves it off the sideline. Flick, nice by Gross.
Good defense by the marker.
Humphreys on the sideline. And once again, a really just perfectly weighted dump pass. Wow.
Nice keep.
Just a beautiful grab there. Oh, and a no rotation pass. Always a controversial move, but classic one to finish in the end zone.
And dragging those toes to make sure you're in the goal zone.
That's it. The disc doesn't have to be in the goal, only you have to be. So, and that, of course, is a break for Phat Chili. So we're back within 1, 5-4. An eerie silence falls across the field. Just Sublime happy to, or rather Phat Chili happy to ride the momentum. And question of whether Sublime can stop the bleeding.
We'll see if we get the clap this time.
Now, for nominally a Masters team, one thing I'm quite impressed by is just a very few braces. You can't really see much strapping all over the place. There's fairly few skins even. I mean, these guys are just playing old school. You sense that, oh yeah, no, there's some hidden under the sleeves, but you'd expect these guys really, they probably could just be more comfortable in short shorts and a cotton at this stage. All right. Phat Chili signal their readiness to pull. Sublime throws it right back.
Let's go,
Damiani fields the pull to Tan. That'll be a pretty classic pull reception that we'll see a few times today.
Call made there.
Yeah, solid call on 0 on a pick.
Tight with him, Carol. Tight with him.
Go deepest, Marty. Go deepest,
Oh, Tan pump fakes a deep shot. Damiani with it. Finds McMullen upfield. It's another nice leading pass to Sam. Sam with Black.
Oh, that's
Black.
making it tough.
Oh, it's just too much. And Black probably best sticking to grabbing the ones in the end zone rather than trying to put them there. Yeah, Norman giving his opinion. And Brown with a deep shot, which looks like it'll nicely connect. Two-handed grab there. Oh, and Carlos Gross puts it into the end zone.
Nicely in.
Spot on to 0-0. And as Norman predicted, score is now 5-all.
And we thought he was dreaming.
Still got it. So 5-all. We got a game on our hands, folks. Jiminy do. Yes, everybody commentating on the fact that both teams there pretty much only used 1/3 of the field, the near sideline, but a bit more effective for Phat Chili than it was for Sublime.
So Sublime in a little bit of a hole at the moment. Who actually called that timeout?
I'm not sure.
I would guess that it was Sublime.
You may be right.
Phat Chili wouldn't have wanted to have slowed the progress. When you're on a roll, you tend to stick to it. Yes, you're on the Ultimate Australia stream here watching second game of the day at AD2UC 2017 Division 2 Australian Ultimate Championships. The score's now 5-all. Chili's pulled the last 3 points back, including a couple of breaks to get even after a strong start from Sublime. I mean, the timeout's over, so a little bit surprised that the Kneelers were back with WA.
The Kneelers
at the end of the timeout?
I don't think we're going to see the Kneelers going away regardless. I think once you see the Kneelers going away, that's when you know that Chili's won the game. That'll be a sign.
But at the end of a timeout?
Well, yeah, even at the end of a timeout, I think you got to commit. If you're going to kneel with 100% effort.
I mean, at this level, the game is much more mental than physical.
Yes, that's true. Alrighty, Gross sends another pull down. Oh, and streaming down the field is Humphrey. Humphreys is fired up after that last deep shot. Damiani doesn't have a lot of options. Oh, beautiful
D.
And he's, Atwell just manages to reel it in and then shoots a deep shot straight to Black. Black's looking around. Gets himself a bit of space. Damiani somehow manages to accelerate in the air.
I must admit, I don't like those foot blocks.
Yeah, the marks are quite intense at the moment.
I've just seen too many injuries with hand hitting leg.
Damiani now. Oh. And
Rushed for time there, I would say.
yeah, well, number 3, Carroll, puts his hand up and says, "That was me." Now this confidence then leads to a huck, which is spot on. Oh, and a crossfield pass there. Number 6 with it, waiting. Oh! Just a little bit of pressure on the pass. Uncharacteristic mistake, but that gives Sublime the disc back. But they are on their own end zone line. Damiani, of course, will not be fast whatsoever. Oh, no, and again.
But unfortunately, that was out.
Yes, we've seen so many tips this game so far. It's, enough done there by Gross.
Good long cut there.
Yeah, Humphreys.
Not giving a disc space there on the marking.
Oh, and then potentially a stall 9 huck. But, you know.
Oh, just
Man.
misses the catch.
Yeah, gets a finger to it, but needed to close his hand around it. So 3 Normans playing this game, would you believe? I misspoke earlier. Number 2, Flynn Normand.
Is that all of the brothers, or is there another?
I think we'll have to find that information out. So almost all the Normans out in force today. Family holiday to Wollongong. Drove up, just stopped at a few beaches along the way. Got a Calippo at the servo.
On your toes, Phat! On your toes, Phat!
Andy Norman doesn't care about closed beaches though. Number 39. Oh, and just a bit of frustration starting to show on the faces of Sublime and out of the mouths. Oh, Humphreys with a beautiful crossfield pass. Oh, and
Asking a bit too much of the teammate there.
yeah, Carlos just not possible to reel that one in, unfortunately.
But I do think Sublime's looking a little bit more focused after that timeout.
You may be right, although this is one of those points, isn't it? 5-all. You come out of a timeout, you think, let's just make it clean, and then you get into one of these grind points.
Hammer.
Black holding it. Finds a nice under to the front of the stack. Black gets it back. Oh, and just shoots it past Atwall. See, we've seen a few of those from Black, unfortunately. Just he gets hyped up and just zings one past his intended receiver. Atwall on Brown. Brown with the disc, won't mind a little bit of contact, but
Stoppage in play.
looks like there's an injury. And Phat Chili is losing Gross. Being replaced by Whelan's number 9. Disc comes back in. Teo throws through a foul. Damiani somehow still. Oh, and another tip, but it's a block.
Once
Kick.
again, the shortest player on the field.
Yeah, it's all
Gets
about
the defense.
positioning, isn't it? There's a pick called early in the count. That'll come back on next to nothing.
Nice big bumblebee trying to land on the microphone here.
Oh, and the turnover straight off the bat.
Get to him, Jake! Get to him, Jake!
Oh, crossfield pass. Oh, Damiani. Big man in the air, right up in the stratosphere, gets that block. Leading pass, he's in power position. That's where he loves to
And
be.
right down the line. Perfectly caught.
Damiani to Black once again. That is a favoured combo. Jeez, and there's a lot of tiredness after that point, I'll tell you that much.
Phat Chili loses a hat in the defense.
Yeah. Oh, Black is just on the ground hurting. Hopefully not injured. Hopefully just got a bit of a stitch. Had too many bacon and egg rolls this morning.
Or winded from the excessive running. So that's now 6-5 to Sublime. And 43 minutes into this game, and I don't see half-time happening anytime soon.
Go Phat!
Yeah, a bit of give and take happening now. The Sublime does a good job to stop the momentum. Chile had the opportunity to take the lead, but couldn't capitalize. Jeez, Christopherson gives everybody a scare. But Sol's onto it. Jeez.
Oh, what are they
and
doing?
a nice little flying double back kick into Tan there. That's a solid Tekken move.
10 out of 10 for style there.
Yeah. Baker and Christopherson happy to move it. Jeez, they're really making it tough, and that one is just too hard for the Chile boys to reel in.
Just too many of them.
Moving
Making
for
it difficult.
trying to handle ISO, but just not really putting the requisite effort in.
Was that a fake cut for the back to the dump?
Yeah, certainly an interesting look there that Tan has in the middle. Sees number 21, back to Tan. Jeez, and Tan, that's just over the top of his head. 21's going to have to hustle now. Podmore. Oh! That's a spectacular bid, really clean. Manages to pull his pants up just in time. Norman not fast, of course. Hits the open side. Nice little upside down Flanagan spike there. That'll bring it even to 6-all. But beautiful bid there by Deering. Just couldn't quite get a finger to it.
We
Well, it doesn't get any closer than this, does it?
No, it's literally impossible. And one time out of pace, you just you can't get a full sense of the momentum here.
But this is experience, isn't it? Goal for goal. Making it back if they get ahead.
Yeah, and the part of the both teams getting opportunities on D. It's not like we've seen a particularly clean offensive game, but more often than not, it's been the team that started on O that's managed to just hold them out, and the team on D hasn't been able to capitalize on their opportunities. Chile suggesting to get their balls out, presumably metaphorically, not literally, but you never really know with these boys.
We're off the camera here, right?
Call from the sideline is we're not Hudson State. All right, the Neelers are clear of the field. Chile coming down in a man defense. Damiani. It's the first easy reset to Lau. Lau back to Damiani. The disc just belongs in his hands.
So relaxed with the one-hand catch, isn't it?
Yeah, just belongs there. Hits Atwall on the crossfield. Atwall's tempted. My God, he just does it. That's the faith flick, and His faith is well placed.
The grab.
Jack Nathan, 2 names, 2 goals. That's
Just takes it away from the defense.
yep. And Gloves obviously doing a trick. He's not the only player with gloves out there, but he's the only player with gloves out there who's scoring goals. So 7-6, we stay on serve.
Of course, that should be on pull in ultimate.
On pull. Yeah, I like that. It's
Getting in the
classic.
tennis there.
Yeah, on pull. I don't think our on pull is going to catch on it. I think the kneelers, I like the kneelers. Once again, a real display of different kneeling strategies from Sublime. Some prefer the full squat. There's the hip flexor stretch option. Atwell actually just using it as an opportunity to retie his shoelaces. So a real multitasking here from Sublime on the pull calls. That's quality you don't necessarily see from all teams.
Oh, G going close to the time for in between plays there.
You just ask around.
Short guys, Sublime.
All right, Christopherson
Move it down, Willie.
sends it to Baker. Baker finds Flanagan. There's a lot of space upfield. Baker comes back. It's nicely weighted. Oh,
Splits
geez,
the
into
middle.
a bit of traffic. But that traffic is exactly what Flanagan needs to get a bit of separation there.
Levels it up again. Next score will be half time.
That's true, 7-all.
The worldwide audience of 14,712 in Wollongong area alone with this live streaming. It's great to see a 45-year-old who still outrun at 20.
And
Yeah.
once I say again, he's dreaming.
Definitely the age versus experience matchup is providing all of the thrills that you would expect here in Wollongong. As we watch that again, just that inside causes a bit of traffic, and as the defender bids on the inside, that leaves Flanagan nicely open to receive the goal at the end. And Tom Flanagan, maybe his first outing for Chile at a national level, I would venture. Good Sydney sider who's moved clubs to just get a bit of action amongst the men of his generation. Talk about how good the 1980s were.
They certainly know how to play for longevity.
That is true. All right, so we got 7-all. This is the point to take half. As the game advisor blows his whistle, lets everybody know that we're should be getting going.
Nice, Sophie. Let's go, Chile. Nice ball. Let's go, Phat. Nice, Flynn.
Damiani receives a nice pull there from Phat Chile.
Pressure.
Hits number 5 in flow. That's
Really, this.
Robertson who gets it back off a give-go.
Using the sideline nicely.
Yeah, really only using... Oh, wow. Just literally smallest amount of distance. Oof. Jeez, and that's it's brutal for German Borre there. He...
Going back to the thrower there.
Yeah, if he hadn't trimmed his fingernails before this game, he might have got a block there.
Disc is in play.
Robertson again, Black moving. Oh, and just a great hand block. It's the second one we've seen this game, that one from Whelan's.
Trying to push too hard on that throw.
Yes, and experience paying off there, able to read the play very confidently. Sublime pushed back, Phat Chile pushed back, and a little bit of trouble up there, and getting a midpoint timeout call. There is a timeout call by number 17 from Phat Chili. That's Steve Campbell.
They might as well make use of them. It's been a very long half.
That's true. Now, Terry, I have to tell you something about timeouts. So I have a theory, and we'll be testing it, of course, on the stream today, that 80% of midpoint timeouts that are called lead to a turnover. Not necessarily on the first pass, but during the same point. I'm fully against them. I think any team that calls a midpoint timeout is just asking for a turnover.
You're certainly putting pressure on your handler in that situation.
Yeah, there's just no other way to describe it, but quantitatively, the stats are against you, and qualitatively, it's stupid. So...
You reckon it was a 7 count when they called it?
It must have been high. And we'll get an indication, hopefully, from the game advisors before we get going to see exactly how high it was. But the kind of team that would prove me wrong, though, sadly, is a Phat Chili. That I feel their style of offense probably doesn't mind a little bit of a static start. And they may be able to get something going despite my statistics.
I wonder who's going to be marking up the disc, though.
Yeah, true, and who you put up field. So, looks like no surprises here from Chile coming out of this timeout. They're going to set in a vertical stack in the middle of the field. The gold standard of offense since 2005.
And the first time we've really seen a straight line.
I mean, that is also true.
The beginner's stack.
That's it. They're not looking to reinvent the wheel. All right, Damiani calling his troops into position. Just going with a hard man defense. The see number 35. They get the crossfield off. Off 0. Underpass, bit of pressure again, that miscommunication, but this time Chile manages to keep it. They've got a man in power position. Will he huck it? He does. It's 2-on-2 traffic.
Oh, missed by everyone.
Yeah, that was a tough one, but well done by the defense, I think. They were in the right positions to keep their offense out of it, despite the youngest Norman's attempts.
That's also known as a hospital pass, where they can all be collecting in the middle.
It's true, and thank you to the St. John's guys and girls who are here today supporting us. Beautiful undercut there from number 25. Lowe still with it, looking to find Damiani. Oh my God. Still somehow managed to touch about 3 pairs of hands, but even Damiani couldn't flutter guts that one into his own. 17 puts it to the end zone. That, my friends, is half time. So, look, 8-7 there, but the statistics didn't lie. 80% chance of turnover after a timeout called midpoint, and statistics proved themselves correct again. Right in the booth.
But they did get the final goal.
First no-look block, and Damiani tried his hardest to flutter guts it in, but couldn't do the job. So in beautiful Wollongong, we go to half at 8-7.
At the 55-minute mark.
And we'll watch it again on replay. Plenty of space, just a miscommunication from the defense, and just the pass that they needed to get to the end zone.
I'm not surprised they were using those timeouts with that being such a long half.
So in the shadow of Wynn Stadium. Yeah. All right, commentators are going to take a quick halftime break, go make a cup of tea, and we'll see you in a few minutes' time for the last 20 minutes of this nail-biter between Phat Chili from Melbourne and Sublime from WA.
with somebody who loves me.
Old Man Victoria team. Looking around going, this is just Div 1 in Div 2. Oh, just looking at the women, just looking at Anna and Kelly and Meg, and just going, yeah, I think I've played them somewhere.
You'll be able to do a really slow one with heaps of spin.
Then it's just practice, getting it level, getting it straight. Throw from low, throw from high.
Makes you feel good, Mum.
What was the first exchange?
Swing, swing, swing. Oh, nice, Josh. That was decent.
He's got men's ultimate division.
That's it. No, at the line, no, at the line.
Yeah. It was. We're aware of that. Thank you for the update. Good work. Good job. Where's Wheelie? Wheelie? Where's Wheelie?
No timeout left, Pat. No timeouts left.
Yeah, well, they just playing when you go in. I think it made up
It is actually 3 per game, but maximum 2 per half.
Please, how old are you?
Right, and if you use my
1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Exactly. It's not too hard.
$10 world problem. 250. You want weight as well?
Yeah. Birthdays as well. Let's see where your star signs are aligned to. You have a 17-year?
No, that's what I'm saying. You take the median, not the main, so you can knock it. That was for the
Oh yeah. Well, why don't we just take the outliers out? Why don't we take JD off that team, and then it'll be right.
That's the father son combo right there, 50-17. So you both knock each other out.
Good, Dizza. You're good, mate. You're natural out there. You been playing long? We're just doing it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Average age is 41. Wow.
Oh, thanks, Wheelie.
The average.
You made a huge dent in that then.
Simon, too, making
You're an outlier, Pooh. You're an outlier.
Yeah. Average
what's
is
our
41.
41 10.
Our average is 41.
Your average is
Including the
That
17-year-old.
includes the 17-year-old.
Funny.
Like
Like it.
17-year-old.
All right, and we're back here. We've been doing our research during half time, and just some amazing stats coming out of this. The father-son team on Phat Chili, of course, causes a bit of an outlier, but the average age of the Chili team, and this is a true fact, is 41. So that's pretty spectacular. I think you agree there, Terry.
Definitely. It's certainly a Masters team with one youngster.
Yeah, so 1976 is the average year that they were born. And I don't know a lot about 1976, but...
With 35 being the second youngest.
Yeah.
That is definitely a Masters team.
Alrighty, so Baker, Chile starting on offense. Moves it to the sideline. Nicely moved there. Whelans sees Normand. Cleverly not putting father and son on the same line. Oh, and the crossfield goes straight to Tom, but there is a foul called. Foul
Just
called.
as well, otherwise it would have been close to a stall.
Yeah, foul called on number 95. That's Lau. Uncontested foul. .23 Baker's got it. Flanagan. Oh, got
fake.
sold a house. Hammer comes across. And
Beautiful pickup there.
they are calling it a goal. Wow. Just outrageous fake followed by excellent throw.
Or swell, depending on how.
And comes down with it. 9-7. So Phat Chili make double their lead to 2 points.
Sneaking ahead.
Got the replay on that. Standard throw. Nice little pass into the end zone for me to catch, just slowing down.
Yeah, just a regular front.
Simon was very happy to be standing still for that one.
Of course, Simon's shoulders haven't touched the ground for over 3.5 years now, so that's a real watershed moment for him.
Keep the talk up, guys. Sideline.
Chili being revved up by the sideline.
Yeah, they love it.
9-second throw.
Even though they are in the lead.
Of course, this is where they have to press their advantage. Damiani totally wow.
They've gone for the huck.
Hits a deep pass to the...
And
arguably-
easily done. Typical John. Throw to the deep.
And I mean, when it's that open, you really can't say no to that. So, boom, Sublime gets what we like to call free money. And that's 9-8.
I like that expression. Look, John's going off for a break.
Offense.
Good time to take a breather, I think. May as well take one now, because who knows, the last 10 minutes of the game he might not get one.
Oh no, he's just trying to trick us. He's standing up now.
Oh, you might have just confused him with one of the kneelers.
No, it was the first one to kneel. I was surprised.
Score should be 9-8. Okay. Oh, beautiful little pull floating, and Norman just lets that one hit the ground. They come out in the zone now. It's classic Pommy. Well, you think Chile would be confident with this look. We'll see if they can force a pass that they don't want to see.
Just
Baker,
over the top of the short defense.
a little bit of a basketball layup there. Oh, and Flanagan just sees that crossfield one. And speaking of free money, Chile send it right back. They decide, you know what? Actually, we can do that too.
That's the trouble with a zone and with very little wind.
Yeah, seeing the same problem again.
The objective of zone, of course, is to make them pass as many times as possible for them to make the mistake.
Alrighty. So that's just kept it on serve, just kicking the can down the road in terms of who's going to take this game by the horns. But Chile got another chance to try and disrupt Sublime's offense.
They're obviously getting puffed because they're waiting for as long as possible before restarting the points.
But I mean, as I said, just a complete disregard really for time limits. It's a newfangled contraption that I don't think anybody really needs. And Damiani, unsurprisingly, anchoring it in the middle. Put a bit of pressure on him early on. They've left a man pretty much open in the dump space, but of course Damiani only hit that on a high count. Oh, grabbed off the ground. Number 99 shows everybody who got it. Ceased done deep, but
two are
he's
running
not gonna-
deep, but no shot.
But a few switches here causing chaos, and number 99 unfortunately just doesn't get off his feet until it's already too late. Shows his teammates that he wanted to put the effort in though. It's nice.
Just asking too much.
All right, let's see if Sublime's experience, Chile's experience here can get him a break goal. Number 9. Oh, it's into traffic. Nicely brought down though. And
Pick called.
plus a little bit of a discussion just on the mark. Coffee's probably starting to wear off, and a little bit of grumpiness just creeping in.
Oh, just a fend there between John and company. Bit of friendly rivalry.
Damiani causing trouble with those hands. The cabinet making hands. Gross with the disc. Oh, sees the inside. Oh, and number 5 can't track it quite quick enough. It's on the break. It's going to be a classic chase. Oh, couldn't quite pull in the circa 2010 greatest catch of all time, but
It would have been.
that would have got easily a couple of million views on YouTube if he'd caught that one, but not to be for Ultimate Australia. Not going to start raking in the YouTube money just yet.
Really strong 2006 players rather than 2017.
Oh, little tip there. Didn't seem like he wanted to catch it. Well, both the Chile players did want to catch it.
Oh, straight to the ground.
You saw Damiani actually used a bit of mind control there to just force that one down to the ground. Pressure is on though, and both teams are feeling it. Tan, nothing coming for him upfield. If in doubt, air it out.
John's there for it.
And Damiani, what's he going to look for? The super dump back to Tan. Tan with the 1-2. Oh, Tan, all
Beautifully
Tan,
done.
everything. There you go. And Tan puts the team on his back and gets the score.
Brings it back to 1.
Back to 1, 10-9.
Well, this game will certainly be going to time cap at this rate.
Yeah, can't see either team managing to squeeze 5 out. in the next 8 minutes.
So I was going to throw it to away. So I tried to retract, but it was always protecting all day. I went over there.
Yeah, they're certainly using as much time as possible in these between the points.
Yeah, not at all afraid of this one, are they?
And the clap comes in this time.
The clap's back. We missed it, but the clap's back.
Let's go, Sublime!
And the pull is on.
Hustle, boys, hustle!
Nice leading pass there to start us off. Still completely unmarked in the backfield. Atwall kind of vaguely lumbers over to his player and puts it on now.
Nice passing
17.
on down the sideline.
To Normand.
Come under, Sylvan, come under, Sylvan!
Baker back to the middle. Not looking too troubled. To another Normand. Campbell. Campbell sees Baker. Oh, he's going to have a bit of space here if he can air it into the front corner. Oh, hits the inside, which is nice. Jeez. Had to put a bit of pressure on there. Had an open man in the front corner. They're happy to keep moving it. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, getting in each other's way there.
And the time cap goes in this point. This could be pretty crucial. And they rein it in. And that is good timing for Phat Chile to get that goal then. Brings the score to 11-9, which means we're going for a game to 12.
Yes, indeed. So Sublime with all the work to do.
Yeah, a bit of a hill to climb now. It's not quite the biggest mountain in WA, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, well, 3 points in a row makes it difficult. It's been done, though.
I mean, it's been done in this game already. It was earlier on 5-2, went to 5-all. So it's not to say that it's not within Sublime's reach.
Can't believe he didn't throw it to Carroll when he's like 15 metres open in front of the end zone, right in front of him.
Baker on the sideline just complaining that the goal wasn't scored efficiently enough, which is just... that's the mentality of an elite athlete, which I love. Is just never satisfied, even with a score. There's always more to do.
Perfectionism.
I'm like, fuck it, he'll just catch it if it hits him.
And this is where we're getting to now. Sublime, no clap. Is that a telling sign?
You're pretty close to that.
Yeah, I would have expected it on this point.
You
They've
think
got to win it.
This seems like a clapper for sure.
Let's go,
But maybe not. Maybe not now.
They might just be too focused.
Yeah, they put a very short line on, I would add, as well. Not a lot of height floating around
We
here,
like
but
to see a huck going back to John.
you have to think, and there it is.
Come on, Flynn!
Oh!
Oh, beautifully grabbed.
A stunning grab. It was ripped out of the hands of poor young Norman there. That is, so that's a stealing candy from a baby type scenario. Yeah.
But now they've got to get the D.
That's
This
it.
is the hard part.
That's it. You can't sit on that particular victory for very long. There's still work to do. But what about that crap?
Oh. Now that will be a YouTube.
That's going. This is the play of the day territory for sure. ESPN, Sports Center top 10.
Because I certainly thought they'd lost it with the D there.
That's it, Damiani. And yeah, Norman gets into the right position, but it's just ripped out from between the hands.
So will we see the clap this time, or is it just too focused from Sublime?
I'm feeling a clap. I'm feeling a clap. Oh, there it is.
I must admit, I think that was a half-hearted effort.
Well, yeah, that's it. We'll see if it hurts them.
As long as they're saving the energy for the D, that's the important thing.
Yes, exactly. All right, Sublime sends that D team down. Chile, a lot of experience sitting on the field. Let's see if they can close it out. Baker in the middle. Hit Flanagan. Flanagan's going to want to finish this with one pass if he can. And here it is.
They're trying for the huck return.
Oh, and Black just gets a hand and it breaks it up. Wow.
Will we see a huck again?
Black puts the hat back on backwards. But getting the D is only half the job.
But it's what they wanted.
JD going to his happy place, the front corner. Tan with a big undercut. Still no one around him, but Dizza looks him off. Hits the crossfield, 88. Ooh, reined in by number 94.
I thought that was over the top for sure.
Black kind of half-heartedly runs in, which brings his defender. They've got Gross, who's just in the end zone if they can get it.
And that's the point.
Geez, that's a heartbreaking one there. Just Black kind of trundling in on an open cut, which sent his defender directly into the path of the oncoming disc.
So game to Phat Chili.
And that is Phat Chili with the win. 41 years on average experience really pays off. Not being able to outrun the younger guys. Beat him with a bit of brains. And yeah, as we see that again, beautiful D, well read, experience at the front of the stack. And that is the game. Carlos very happy there. As they all shake hands, well-spirited game. Everybody's going to be happy with that match, and Sublime obviously would have been happy to walk away with the win, but day's not over. Plenty more games to go, and we'll see you very shortly for the third game of the day, which will be Hills. Women's versus Chaos. So New South Wales versus Western Australia.